How's it going? What's happening? Mikey at Mikey on Instagram. So I'm just going to bring you Foodbox Week 2's menu today. Last week we done the beef and black pudding burgers and we got so many good replies and responses towards that. I just want to thank everyone that did order. This week I decided to do a Mexican themed box because it's one of my favorite cuisines to cook and eat. I think it gets the family involved. There's very little cooking in this box for you to do, and you can all sit down as a family and cook away and have fun while you do it. So I have 3 kinds of taco filling today in the box for you. So I've got the smoked Portobello Mushroom taco for the veggie and the vegans. I've also got 24-hour marinated in Mexican spiced pulled pork, and I've got my favorite is 6-hour roasted chicken in orange juice and again Mexican spices. So I have other toppings and fillings and stuff for you which I will show you as the video goes on as I start cooking. I'm just going to get straight down to it, and to be honest there's 2 really simple steps for this one. All you're going to need for this is 2 pots. First pot is for your meat, 2 of them in, and your second pot is for your vegan. You can also put that into the same pot, but just because it's vegan and not vegan, I said I would like to separate them in different pots. All I'm going to do to heat these up, I have cooked them, I've sous vide them, and I vacuum packed them for you. So it's basically you can control the temperature when you're cooking. So I can cook things for longer at a lower temperature just to get the consistency and the product the best way I possibly can. And you do that by vacuum sealing your meat with your seasoning and stuff inside it, and you cook it over 10 to 12 hours over a long period of time at a set temperature. I use 63 degrees for this over 12 hours, and it just makes the meat fall apart when you finally get to munch it, like, so it's grand. Munch it, bollocks. So all I'm going to do for these is I'm going to add some water into both, and I'm going to cook them on the hob for about 10 to 15 minutes. Basically these are already cooked, all I'm doing is reheating them. So I'm just going to pour some water in. You just want to cover the meat, and always put the meat in first before you put the bag in, otherwise you're just going to fill it up too much and it's going to overflow when you drop in your meat. Water into both over here on the hobs. Just as I put them on, I'm not going to turn the temperature up too much. Like, I have it really around this induction hob, so it's on number 5 of 10, so kind of medium heat, we'll say. I'd rather do it at that over a long time, just because there is vacuum sealed plastic inside and you just don't want that burning. It won't burn anyway, but just to be safe. We decided to add a starter to the box. Really simple, really easy to make or put together even. So what you need is a bowl. Shouldn't have dropped that. And we've given you some homemade tortilla chips. It's going to be a really tough one out to put together, I promise you. Just throw the things in. We've got 6 portions of these in each box, so I just like to load them up. Right, so as you've just seen, I put the tortilla chips into the bowl. I'm just going to go through some of the accompanying some of the condiments that's coming with this box. So I've got some Salsa Verde. I've also got some avocado dressing. It's basically like a guacamole, but it's a little bit thinned down with olive oil, and I just find it nicer to make it this way. I've got some Monterey jack cheese. I've got some pickled onions and some pickled chilies. So with this, these are the same condiments that's going to go with the tacos and oil, but it works well with these too. So I'm just going to start. The only way to do it, blob it on. So I've just added the avocado dressing. Next, I'm just going to sprinkle on some cheese. Grand. Going to add some pickled thing. Leaves such a sweet, also bitter taste to something, and it just helps break down the food as well, so it works really well. If anyone doesn't know how to pickle anything, so basically a pickle, all you need for a good pickle is you need something sweet and you need acidity. So for this pickle, I've used white wine vinegar and icing sugar. So pickles on, I'm just going to add a little bit of coriander. Coriander done. That is your starter done when you're waiting for your mains to cook. So you can just pick that up. You don't need a knife and fork or nothing, it's just pick it up with your hand and munch it like it's nachos. That's the only way to do it. The big thing with doing tacos, again, I much prefer soft shell tacos and so what you need to get while you take your tacos off your pan, it's going to take you maybe 10 minutes to do. I think there's 24 tacos in each box. So the tacos don't dry out after you cook them, What I'm going to do is get a deep bowl. Just going to put my tacos down a second. And you need a tea towel. So what I'm going to do is dampen this tea towel, and I'm going to keep it over the bowl just so that you're getting a bit of condensation in the bowl and your tacos stay nice and soft and cooked. So I'm just going to fold it over like this. So after I cook a taco on the pan, as you'll see in a second, it will go into the bowl and sit there, and they'll stay hot and they'll stay moist inside this while you're waiting on your meat. Right, so my pan is just coming up the heat a bit there. I can feel it again by putting my palm over it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. Very, very little amount of olive oil. You don't need much, because you don't really want to dampen your tacos any more than they already are. So I'm just going to spin it around a little bit. It's really, really handy to use a non-stick pan for this as well. To be honest, I do all my cooking at home with non-sticks. It's kind of cheating, but it's not, like, you know what I mean? I've been cooking for so long with non-stick pans, and I just don't not buy one now. So I'm just going to place my tacos around. I'm going to give them around 30 seconds each side. I'm using a palette knife to flip my things. You can also use a spoon, tongs, anything you want really. You want to hear a little bit of a sizzle off the tacos just to get a bit of colour on the outside of them. See the word of them. We'll cut that part out anyway. As soon as you put the tacos onto the pan, you'll just start getting the smell straight away of them, and it's just amazing. Like, these tacos are so much better than shop bought ones and hard shell ones because they're used with mass flour straight from Mexico, like, and it makes such a difference. See. Just gonna flip the tacos, give them 30 seconds each side. And again, I have my bowl with my damn towel over it to keep condensation into the taco and they don't dry out. So the meat has been on around 10 minutes now. You can just check it. The way I just check it is you're gonna pick it up with the tongs. You're just gonna feel it and see is it hot itself inside. Like, I know now, another minute or two, this is done. My meats have been on for 15 minutes now, so I'm just gonna take them out. Again, I have another tea towel here just so you're not splashing any water around the place. So I'm just gonna take bags out singly. I'm just gonna pat off the excess water on the outside. I'm excited for this. So that's my first meat, the chicken cooked in orange. I'm gonna get my second one out now, which is the 24-hour marinated pulled pork. Again, Mexican spices. So this is my smoked Portobello Mushroom taco. We go again. So the only two steps that, again, in this cooking are heating up your taco fillings and just finishing off your tacos. It's now time to plate. I prefer to do this with my family, or have everyone a plate around them, have everything in the middle of the table, and you can just start assembly whatever way you like it. I'm just going to assemble one of each taco now just to show you. So after you put your fillings on, it's just going to assemble the toppings. So again, some of that avocado dressing, I'm just going to quenelle it on the top. You can put it whatever way you possibly want on it. Just splash it on. You can also dip your tacos in, whatever way you like it. Next up is some Salsa Verde. Basically, I'm just going to drizzle a few drops on the taco itself. Put the cheese on before the rest. And then you're going to just throw a pickled chili on each. Just throw a squeeze of wedge of lime in the middle, and just a small drop of coriander on each taco. So, and there you have it, week 2 of Foodbox, Mexican taco night. Perfect way of getting the family together, eating, sharing, having fun with the food. The only way to finish it, squeeze a lime and munch. Get on one there fast.